How you doing? Patrick here again. Today we're going to talk about sterling silver. Sterling silver is 90% silver, and a lot of people have it. A lot of people have sterling silver chains, sterling silver rings, sterling silver silverware, and it's high in value. Presently today, silver going at almost $28 an ounce. At 90%, that's pretty high. That's a good chunk of change. So what should you do with the sterling silver? Well, one thing you should do is keep it. Don't sell it. Unless you really need the money and you need to sell it, But the idea that the possibility of silver going up is very, very high. So having some sterling silver is good. It's really good. Now, how do you identify sterling silver? Well, in America, sterling silver is identified by actually sterling. So if you have a piece of, for example, I have a spoon here. I'm going to give you an example. This right here looks like a regular spoon, but this actually is a sterling silver spoon, which is 90% silver. Don't really remember the weight, but it's pretty heavy. And I'm going to show you here, if you could see it. I'm not sure if you could actually see it, but if you see right there, it actually says sterling. That is the marking of sterling silver. So if you're looking for, if you have silverware and it's marked sterling, you're holding on to sterling silver. Now, if you have silverware that's marked like a stamp, like an insignia of a crown or a lion, that's also sterling silver. But that's the way UK brand their silver. In the United Kingdom, they brand their silver differently. In the United States, we brand our silver with the marking sterling silver. But in the UK, they brand it with a stamp of a lion and a stamp of a crown. If you happen to have silverware like that, you're holding on to sterling silver. Where you get sterling silver? Well, like I said, if you may be having lying around, you may be having it as a necklace or a chain. A lot of people have old chains, old silver chains in their drawer, and pull it out. It's worth money. It's worth a good amount of money, especially if it has some heavy weight to it. In our previous video, we talked about sites that you could actually see the weight. If you're going to sell it, know the value of the weight first. Know the grams of it. But if you're just curious, there's places online where you could actually tell by the weight. So sterling silver, it's a good buy. It's a good thing to have. Now, let's say you wanted to purchase some silver. Sterling silver is a good way also to purchase some silver online. Now, purchasing sterling silver is a little tricky because there's not the places that I would suggest that you could buy sterling silver on the cheap is eBay. You could find a spoon like this way below the spot price of silver. Now, if you look at the spot price of silver, spot price of silver is the price of 100% silver. Sterling silver is, remember I said, it's 90% silver and 10% copper or 8% copper and 2% something else. But you could actually find really good deals on items like this on eBay and thrift stores. Believe it or not, if you go to thrift stores, you find silverware everywhere. So yeah, go to your local thrift stores. People thought, Goodwill, places like that. People will just give away silverware and not even know that they're throwing away sterling silver. Yeah, there's times where people have, given away good sterling silver, not even knowing that it's silver. But if, like I said, if you go to eBay and you're looking to buy silver on the cheaper, a little cheaper than the spot price, you will find some really good deals. Now, what would you do with this? You would hold on to it. Assuming you are a long time holder of silver and gold, you would hold on to an item like this. There's always going to be a time to sell. I'm not saying that you're never going to sell this, but the time that you're going to sell, it will be when the market is primed to sell. If you're a long-term person that's holding on to silver, that's the next topic: when to sell your gold, when to sell your silver. That's another topic. But if you're a long-time investor, stuff like this you hold on to. Looks like it's a regular spoon, right? But it's the silver. So, sterling silver, it's a good buy. There's places where you can get it that's cheaply. You can look at eBay and type in sterling silver. Type in sterling silver scrap. A lot of people are selling sterling silver scrap. Remember, look at the markings. If it doesn't say sterling on the back, for example, let's say if you're going to Goodwill or a thrift store and you're looking for it and you don't see that saying sterling, just because it may look like sterling, well, it looks like regular silverware, but if you have doubts, don't get it, because 9 out of 10, it's not going to be silver. Another way you could identify silver is that it's going to say, it's going to have a stamp 95. If it has a stamp 95, excuse me, 925, I'm sorry about that, 925. If it has a stamp 925, that's a good marking that is also sterling silver. But in the past, in the past, there have been forgeries with the 925, with that particular stamp in America. As of yet, in the last 10 years, there have been some forgeries with that 925 stamp. So you got to be a little bit more wary. Not saying that it's all forgery. I'm not saying that. There's a good possibility that if you have a piece of silver, and it's a chain or it's a necklace or whatever, and it's stamped 925, that it's a good possibility that it is silver. And then, but if you have any doubts, the next best way to do that is test with an acid test. But that's the next video. We'll talk about that next. But if it says 925, yes, there's a good possibility that it's sterling, 90% silver, but I would test it. If it says sterling and it's engraved sterling, you have sterling silver. All right? If you have any questions, you have any comments, subscribe to my channel. And like I said, I'd love to hear your feedback, love to get some questions, love to talk about this. If you have any questions regarding sterling silver, let me know. All right? Have a great day. Bye.